I've got a little challenge for you today. I want you to meet me in this moment, meet me in this episode with honesty, with openness, with curiosity around how you could be moving differently so that you can make faster decisions, hold stronger standards, use systems, tools, processes that save you time, that give you freedom, that make you feel that you are showing up in leadership. Okay, I have had so many, literally, I would need more than two hands to count in the last few days. So many people ask me about how I get so much done, how I appear to be posting content all day, every day on every platform. Trust me, I'm not. I never even scroll. Yeah, it's all because I've built systems. Yeah. I want you to just get really curious, be really open. I'm going to walk through some of the things that I do, some of my beliefs around how we get to step into CEO, step into leadership, become proactive, not reactive, and really run our businesses from a place of choice and decision, not feeling like it's being done to us. Yeah, not feeling like somebody said to me the other day, actually, she said, I get to the end of every day and it feels like I've been in the washing machine all day, which I thought was quite a good analogy because I don't know about you, but I've never been in a washing machine, but I kind of know how I think it might feel. Yeah, like washing around like in circles with all the clothes. Like sometimes I've got this one pair of pajamas that when I get them out of the washing machine, all the legs are all twisted up and they're just a nightmare. They've got like a tie around the middle and the tie is around the leg, and it's like a jigsaw puzzle just trying to get these pajama bottoms out of the washing machine. That's what, when she said, I feel like I've been in the washing machine, that's what I pictured. Feeling all tangled and twisted and, just not fit for anything. Yeah. Now that doesn't mean that you show up well in the evening for your family, for your friends, for your parents, for your loved ones. Like that doesn't mean that whatever you do in the evenings, whether you go for a walk, go to the gym, like watch TV, like whatever you're doing, like you want to be doing it with enjoyment. You want to be doing it feeling like you're choosing it and that you're able to, really be present. Yeah. If you're with other humans, you want to be present in that moment. You don't want to feel like, oh, thank God today's over. Yeah. So in this episode, I want to get into systems, standards, decisions with a view to helping you save time and get more powerfully into operational excellence, yeah, operational leadership. Now, when I see, people, when I review businesses, did a VIP day the other day, this thing, was something I noticed. Had a deep dive 2-hour strategy session a couple of weeks ago with a lady. Again, noticed this same thing. You have to make a lot of decisions, yeah? And sometimes you book these VIP days and these strategy sessions with me so that I can help you to reorganize your thoughts and make those decisions from a really good place. But what I see, if I had to summarize what I see, the reason that most business owners stay in reactivity mode is because they're operating from survival. Yeah, like maybe you recognize that as I'm saying it. You operate from a place of just got to get through the week, just got to get it done. When I get to the other end, it'll be okay. Yeah, have you ever felt like that? I know I have. Yeah, I'm not coming at this from an ivory tower, by the way. I've definitely, if you ask my husband now, he would tell you he's heard me say this at least a few times, especially when I first started my business, like year one, year two. I was like, oh, I just need to get to the weekend so I can catch up. And then at the weekend, I'd be doing my admin, catching up with invoicing. Yeah, not taking a weekend to enjoy my time. Yeah, so operating from survival. And when you look around online for like productivity advice, there's a lot of talk about hustle and hacks. Like it feels quite masculine. There's the 5 a.m. club, all the advice that comes from the camp of you've got to be in the 5 a.m. club. If you don't get up at 5 a.m., you're a loser. you can get ahead of the day. Like, that doesn't really help, right? If you've got young kids or you've got a reason why you can't get up at 5 a.m., that advice just makes you feel a bit crap. Yeah, like there's also the productivity advice that is probably going to lead you to burnout because it talks about toxic discipline. You've got to be disciplined. Don't do it because you want to, do it because you've got to. Like, I'm sure you've seen these posts and seen this content. I definitely have. Now, if you know my story, and I know many of you do, I come from corporate where I used to work an 80-hour week, used to be on planes, trains, taxis, all the things, trying to, like, do my job to the best of my ability, be in all the places, had a team of 57. I was in a leadership team that, held very high standards for ourselves. We really did try to move from a place of high performance. And I did hit burnout. I remember walking into A&E one day saying, I've got a headache. I mean, this is crazy. Maybe this is a whole other episode. I walked into A&E and said, I've got a headache. And they were like, taking some paracetamol. And I was like, no, not that kind of headache. I thought I had a brain tumor. I thought I was going to die. I really, really, really thought that. I was crying. I was at my wit's end. And I didn't have a headache. I had burnout. I was exhausted from toxic discipline, from being too committed. Yeah. So when you see me now talk about freedom money, you see me talk about choice, you see me talk about abundance, like freedom. That is because I know what it's like to be on the edge. Okay, so when you hear the advice I'm about to give you, trust me, I'm not coming from an ivory tower. I have not been perfect at this. I'm giving you advice based on what's worked for me, little corners I've been able to cut. Okay, and so I'm going to ask you a few questions, get you thinking from a coaching point of view, thinking about how you really do want to show up. Okay, now I come at systems, standards, decisions, time, saving from the angle of energy, energetic leadership, decision making speed, regulation, nervous system regulation, holding your boundaries, being able to assess your mental load, make decisions around whether it's too much for where you are right now. Think about being smarter with your time, smarter with your business model, smarter with your pricing, smarter with your customer delivery. So this isn't just about, we've all got 24 hours in the day, just get up a bit earlier, you can do more. This is about you as a human, you as a leader, you as a business owner, okay? The real differentiator isn't that, I'm not productive because I don't work hard. You do work hard. Like, I am a very productive person. I still work hard. I just don't work as many hours as I used to work, and I'm a little bit more relentless in the way that I manage my time. The reason that I'm productive is, and as I go through this list, I have made a little list, think about where you are on this scale. One of the reasons I'm productive is I make very fast decisions. Now, with fast sometimes comes imperfect. Sometimes they are not perfect decisions, but I've moved fast. And I'm a big believer that most of the success that I've ever created has come as a result of that speed. It hasn't come as a result of me going slow and being safe and being very meticulous with my decisions. Sometimes I make meticulous decisions, but most of the time they are messy, like messy AF. By the time other people, like my competitors, I don't really talk about competitors because I don't believe we have them. My only competitor is me yesterday. Like, I'm only looking to be better than I was yesterday, and so should you be. But what I know to be true is that most of the success I've created because I've moved, because I haven't delayed, because I've just gone, I'll say yes, figure it out later. I'll assume it can be done and go find a training that teaches me how. I make fast decisions. That means they're not always perfect, but at least I'm moving. Because if you're not moving, you don't have momentum. And it's very difficult to move a stationary object. When something is moving, at least it's easier to make it move faster. Okay, so I'm productive because I make fast decisions. Sometimes I can decide and build an offer within 2 hours. My team hates it when I do it. I get told off, but I can do it. I can literally be like, see a gap, see a problem. Do I understand it? What have I heard about that lately? Okay. Am I an expert at that? Absolutely. Do I have a framework, a method? Could I teach it? Oh my God, I'm feeling really called to do this. Right. What would that look like? Do I have time in the calendar? When could I deliver it? What would the service mechanism look like? How would I do it? How would I price it? Right. Let's go. What am I calling it? I can literally turn an offer around in minutes. Yeah. I make fast decisions. So ask yourself, how fast do you decide? Do you make a decision and then have that little voice of self-doubt come in and go, yeah, but what if? Yeah, but how about if this happened? And that slows you down and makes you spiral, and then you're spiraling so much, you do nothing. Doing nothing equals no results. Doing something doesn't necessarily guarantee results, but you're a hell of a lot closer than if you do nothing. Yeah? My success comes from my speed of movement. That means that I have made sales before it's time to panic. Yeah, that means I'm not living hand to mouth. Even in the start of my business, I was never living hand to mouth, ever, because I sell before my back's against the wall. Yeah, I am constantly systemizing, always looking for upgrades. Look at the fact that I've just launched Sales Queen AI. Yeah, I've given Sales Queen AI to my mastermind girls and to the girls in the Infinite Abundance Collective to help them move more quickly. Yeah, I built it. She's over 500 pages, yeah, of me building her brain. And that, of course, that took me time. And I didn't launch it until I was on version 4. So it took me a lot of time. But I systemized repeatedly. I knew that Sales Queen AI would help my clients build out content, work on hooks, write email sequences, build their funnels, create lead magnets. And the feedback that I've had since making her available to the girls, they are going nuts for her. She's already produced God knows how many trial reels that have gone viral, created hooks that my clients have said, I would never have said it like that, but because Sales Queen AI gave it to me, I used it, and oh my God, I usually get 500 views and I'm on 57,000. Yeah, so I systemize repeatedly and I'm always looking for upgrades to those systems. I've recently done a lot of Claude co-work learning. I was actually on a call with a client the other day. We were talking about Claude co-work and the fact that, it can really save you time. It can plug into all your systems. It can produce work for you. It can actually do things for you. And because I didn't know how to work it, I watched 8 YouTube videos the day before, all on 2 times speed, but I consumed 8 YouTube tutorials to teach me what I needed to know. And I think 90% of the women out there right now, and maybe you are one of them, would be like, oh, Claude Code, that feels hard. I'll learn it another day. Not Rach. No, not me. I'm going to consume 8 videos. I'm going to make the time. I'm going to consume the videos because everybody around me is in the AI race. Everybody around me is trying to win at this and win at the other and, talk about next level stuff. I want to be in the race. I don't just want to be in it. I want to finish in the top 3. So I'm going to learn it. Okay. Ask yourself, how committed are you to really taking the time to learn new things, to explore, to expand, to look for systems. Next reason I'm productive is I protect my energy. At all costs, I protect my energy. Next one, I stay in creation mode instead of reaction mode. Always looking to create momentum, okay? I believe I lead like a CEO. And I do believe, and I know this to be true, that one of the reasons I think the way I think now is because of my time in corporate. And I recognize that in some of my clients who've also come from corporate. We're just programmed to function in a slightly different way. Yeah, but if you've never been in corporate, that doesn't mean that you can't function that way. It just means that, you've probably had a 9 to 5 job. We've all had 9 to 5 jobs. In your business, if you function like an employee, it means that you are waiting for somebody to tell you what to do, waiting for somebody to give you the instructions, give you the guidance. Whereas when you are in business and it's your business, it's your choices, your decision, CEO leadership means that you aren't waiting. You lead from gut, you lead from instinct. Yeah, maybe you could challenge yourself. This is one of my little challenges for you. Challenge yourself to be more instinctive. You don't need a safety net always. You don't need to spiral out of control and go into self-doubt and indecision. Go with your gut, yeah? And be relentless. Be relentless, okay? Now, one of the reasons why right now you might feel busy but not successful is that maybe you are in reactive mode. Maybe you, let's take your mobile phone, right? Your notifications on your mobile phone, like your DMs, your apps. Like when those notifications ping off, do you instantly react? Do you go to read them? When somebody emails you, do you think, oh, I've got an email, they want something, they need me? Yeah, I used to be like that. I used to feel that if I didn't get emails, that I wasn't valuable, that I wasn't needed, because I thought somebody needing me meant I was valuable. And that meant that I was in reactive mode. And it also meant that I was giving up my time and energy for other people's priorities, not my own. So look at your behavior. Next time you see a notification fly in, does it make you instantly want to go check out what it is? I have turned off all of my notifications. In WhatsApp, I am in do not notify me mode. Yeah, I'm in do not disturb in my phone. Any notification that flies in on my desktop, on my laptop, switched off. All my Slack notifications switched off. My notifications are all switched off. And that's because I don't want to react. I want to be proactive. Yeah. Another thing I would recommend, and this was definitely a big shift for me, is focusing on priorities. Now, I have heard one person teach priorities as being, why do you talk about it as plural? Because the whole essence of a priority is there's only one of them, only ever one of them. I don't go that far. At any one time, I'm usually working on 3 to 5 priorities. And I use my reminders app to remind me about those priorities. And I've also now just programmed my Claude to message me at periods during the week, different intervals during the week, to ask me questions about my priorities. Okay, so think about, what are your priorities? How frequently do you check in with them? And how are you building a safety net around your time and your energy so that things that you're doing are only done in support of your priorities? Yeah, because if it's not a priority, why are you doing it? If somebody is emailing you, they're emailing you because that was their priority, but it might not be yours. If they're messaging you, it's because it's a priority to them, but it might not be yours. Okay? So just be careful about what you carry, what you hold. Don't be too quick to get into firefighting mode. Yeah, I always would prefer a future view rather than a reactive firefighting view. Yeah, so think about, what's my priority for the week? What's my priority for the month? What about for the quarter? How am I moving now? How am I behaving? What are my daily, weekly, monthly focuses? How am I spending my time? What does my calendar look like? Again, another little challenge for you. Write down your top 3 priorities and then do a calendar audit. Is your calendar aligned to your priorities? Because so many of you say to me, my priority is making money, Rach. I want to sign some clients, want to make more money, want to make an extra 5 grand this week. And we say, okay, let's look at your calendar. Does your calendar look like the calendar of somebody that wants to sell £5,000? Usually the answer is no. Yeah. Some of the things that changed my own productivity was batching my decisions. So if you find decision making difficult, don't make decisions at different intervals in the day. Batch them all up, make them in one sitting. Yeah. So, like, maybe in your journal, in the start of the day, you could ask yourself, right, what are the top 5 decisions I need to make today? Then literally go make yourself a coffee and make them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, done. Get your decision making done. And once you've made it, don't go back on it. Cute, yeah, with commitment, don't go back on it. Because it's when you then go, oh yeah, but what if, that you tend to unpick it all. Yeah. Remove low value tasks from your calendar. Just literally remove it. If it isn't aligned to your priorities, why are you doing it? Don't do it. Another thing that will change your productivity, and definitely changed mine, was repurposing content. I guarantee, right, if you scroll back on your Instagram, go back 2 months and go and find your top performing posts. You can probably find them by looking at your insights, and filtering. Go back and find your top performing posts and then just go push them out again. Literally repurpose them again. Read them, obviously. Make sure that they're still relevant. Make sure that you don't mention any dates or birthdays or whatever. And then just push them out again. Repurpose them. Okay? Big, big, big thing that you're probably not doing right now, because you think, what will people think if I send that post out again? Trust me, they won't even know. Nobody will even know. Yeah. Something else I want you to think about with your calendar is protecting your time. Yeah, I take 2 days away from Zoom calls every single week. I do not do Zoom calls. They are the days when I record the show. They're the days when I might be, in the hot tub. I might go for a spa day. I might sit and do 3 hours of CEO planning. I might look at what my content calendar looks like for the future. Yeah, but I'm not in the nitty gritty day to day. I'm in the future vision. I'm in the business. Yeah, I'm in the planning. I'm not in the doing. Something else, you may or may not be in a position to do this, but hiring team. I've now got 4 amazing people in my team, all experts at what they do. And they hold me, they hold the business, they hold the priorities. Yeah, they are amazing at what they do. Being fast at implementing, I've got this on my list. Messy is good enough. Probably already talked about that enough. Something else, actually, which you may be ready to do is simplifying your offers. Like, I've recently just simplified my courses by building out my online Sales Queen Academy. So instead of 24 individual courses, we've bundled those courses together inside the academy. So now you get 24 courses inside the academy, our best courses as voted by students. And you get a monthly implementation call with me so that I can signpost you to the right course to solve your specific issue that you might be having. You can ask me questions. Yeah. So, like, that's simplification. 24 courses to market, to promote, to sell, or one bundle of 24. Definitely, like, you could be sitting on a really big opportunity if you've got lots of individual offers. If you bundled them together, built a bundle, built an academy, that could really, really help you. Okay. So that's my list done. I hope this has been eye-opening for you. Yeah, I hope that this has really helped you. I've given you a few little things that you can do, little challenges, little things to stretch the way that you think about your time. The final one I want to get you thinking about is identifying your energy drains. What is it, or should I say, who is it? Yeah, because sometimes energy drains are tasks, sometimes they are people. Identify your energy drains and abolish them. Wipe them out, no question. Don't hanker after them. Don't be like, oh yeah, but if I didn't do that, what would happen? Promise you, if you could see my WhatsApp messages, if you scrolled back, all the recent ones are actually read and up to date. But actually, if you scrolled back probably 6 months, there seemed to be like a flurry of groups I was added to and just random things that were coming in on my WhatsApp. They're all still unread. I'm not reading them. I hate WhatsApp. Yeah, it's an energy drain for me. Yeah, unless I was running a group program where WhatsApp was the delivery, was the community, that's different. But day to day, Do I want random messages from people asking me random things? No, it's a drain. I save it all up and I go in there at the end of the day. So, what are your energy drains? What is it that slows you down? What is it that gets in your way? Is it somebody interrupting you? Is there somebody around you that, because they know that you don't work in a standard 9 to 5, that they can drop in on you anytime, they can call you anytime, they can message you anytime because they think that you're not working when actually you are? Identify your energy drains and literally abolish them. Wipe them out, no question, no guilt. Even if they're people, wipe it out. And that's my final little challenge for you. I really hope that this episode has been useful. I know anytime we talk about, productivity and time management, it feels a little bit corporate. It can feel a little bit boring. But if I asked 100, women who are in my immediate circle right now, what is one of the top things that is frustrating you right now, I know they would all say not enough time. Not enough time. Yeah. And so I created this episode to help you with that. Okay. So really hope it's been useful. Would love to hear from you. As always, if you've got any ideas or suggestions for future shows, I am here for it. Any questions that arise for you, if you want to have a look at Online Sales Queen Academy that you heard me talk about, let me know. I can share the link with you. You can have a look at that. If you are not registered for my Freedom Money Sales System training, that will save you time. Yeah, I'm running a 3-day workshop called the Freedom Money Sales System, and that's all about building funnels, building automation. That will definitely save you sales time. So if you're not registered for that yet, I'll put the link below this episode. And yeah, if you know a sales queen out there, or somebody that isn't a sales queen yet, maybe she wants to be, but she's struggling and she needs this podcast, share this with her and let's spread the word and get more listeners, get more people in the community. I would absolutely love it. So thank you for being here. As always, I appreciate you. And I will look forward to delivering next week's episode for you soon.